tiny bit. Just let's come this way.
Hi guys.
Photo ops will look good, better like that. Just saying. Learn from the president himself. I like you, buddy. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks guys. Thanks for showing up today. Many of you, I know, we're here for our July 31st event. Absolutely amazing. I told you we're going to be back again, and we are here back again, and it's not without you guys. So thank you for being here. Please give yourself a round of applause for being here. This is a moment in history, and you have to remember that. This is how things change. These times, these moments, this effort, this energy. And I know, trust me, I know a lot of you didn't sleep last night. I know a lot of you were drained. And a lot of you are on a point where like, what can I do? And please God, give me the light and show me the way and give me the answer. And trust me, you look around, I bet you 85% at least of people around you are saying the same thing. So here we are together. This is a big therapy session for us to go forward, okay? So we're gonna have a good night tonight. A few things I want to start with you guys. I'm going to be hosting the event tonight. We are blessed to have beautiful, amazing speakers that have been fighting fights for a very long time. A very educational movement. And I think that's one of the most important things going forward here, guys, is, look, marches are amazing, and we're going to finish off around the Capitol here tonight. But the education that we take from this and we go forward with is what it's all about. It's not just going down the street and yelling, which is great, and we cause awareness, but it's also the education that we have. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of this starts from home. And a lot of it can be prevented from home. So when you ask yourself what you're doing and what should I do, ask yourself if you're doing enough in your home, okay? A couple of rules we wanted to set. We did an amazing time last time setting up, cleaning up the grounds. Guys, actually was immaculate. I walked out of here and I was beyond amazed. I mean, kudos to you guys. A lot of the people that are coming back today and the speakers that came are because of that. I mean, there wasn't one piece of trash. So please respect your environment, respect your area, respect the land that you live in. This is America. We're blessed to be here, so please respect that. Another point to bring up, this is the boring part, guys. I'm here lecturing, so take it as this is the most boring part. Another point to bring up is that there's no agenda here, guys. There's no agenda with any alignment, organization, march. And what I'm pointing towards is all off of facts, research, and what's really happening, and we're bringing it to light. Okay, you can name it whatever you want to name it, but at the end of the day, we're fighting for the kids. So there's no Democrat, there's no Republican. We're only going to work with people that want to work with us. And I promise you, we keep going, and a lot of people are going to want to work with us. With that being said, I said it when I got up here earlier, you're here today. Because that's what it is. So all of you out here, you're warriors, you're God's warriors, or whatever you want to call yourself, but you're warriors. So with that being said, I want you all to go live. Don't be shy. Stay live the whole time. Drain your battery. That guy's live back there. I love it. There he is. Keep your signs going. Take pictures with people. It's the content we take from this and move forward with is going to help change the world. And believe it or not, it was one post that when we had a couple hundred people show up at the Capitol a month and a half ago, God said to me at 2 a.m. one night, he said, go march. I knew this. I was enlightened about it. I was woke. But he said, go march. And we had 200 people show up. Then we brought 2,300 out 2 weeks after. And here we are again today. And it's really just understanding that we need to move forward on the right point, but we can all do this together. We can move forward. We have to unite. Anything is possible.
Yes.
The last thing I want to top off here is we're going to march at the end. Make sure to keep that peaceful. I've already stated that. That's something I want to clarify. We're here to work with the police. We have security here. Everything's going to be protected. We're all good. But please, a round of applause for the security and the people that are here to help us. Look, at the end of the day, I believe in security and I believe in law enforcement. So we're blessed to have the enforcement here. So please say your thank yous. So with that, guys, we are excited because today we have a packed lineup. We have one of the most amazing singers I think I've ever seen the national anthem. She's a detective from the Surprise Police Department, the child sex trafficking unit. She has a couple million views on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know.
Tanya Keplinger. She's the woman, the myth, the legend. Please welcome Tanya to the stage as she sings our national anthem. You guys see what I'm saying there? What a voice. God bless you. God, thank you for serving, Tanya. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do. When you talk about somebody that's in the trenches, that has to see it before their eyes, that fights the fight, that she took her time and said, hey, I'm off today. Would you like me to be in uniform? I'll tell you what. When you want to talk about defund, I talk about fun people like that, okay? I talk about bringing the light. Because that's the light that I want to see. That's God's light. So thank you once again. We appreciate you. So I want to talk about going back to the marches and how this has become, guys. This has been an adventure. It's exciting, and like we said, it's getting started. This isn't the last one again. We're going to come back here again, and we're going to move, okay? And it was about a month and a half ago when we started the marches and we gathered, and more people started coming, and they started getting into it. And I'll tell you what, like I said last time, Phoenix, we had the first march in the nation that I saw go up. So I owe it to you guys. I saw you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Guys, louder, louder. That's it. The 18-hour days were too much straight. We better get some energy going because we're going to work. So the beautiful thing is after the last event, I was approached by who's become a very close friend of mine very quick. And it's funny how God aligns you with the people. They say search and they said pray. And sometimes you pray and you're like, where is it, where is it, where is it? And these people come into your life and you know when it happens. You become enlightened. And I had a gentleman by the name of Travis Haley. He approached me and he said, Adel, I want to be a part of what you're doing. And a lot of you have. And me and Travis followed up on that. And guys, I'm here to tell you that we're going to make some amazing things happen. Like, this is the beginning. These rallies, these marches, it's going to get started. We're talking about doing things. We've already talked with the Scottsdale PD, just giving some FYI on some stuff. We've talked with them on how to catch pedophiles and setting things up and local organizations, exposing. Look, at the end of the day, we're here to bring enlightenment and light to what's happening. Okay, so there's no set answer on what to do. It's to do your job and to do your part. So we came up with Travis, and his girlfriend Bertoni and my girlfriend we came up with WeCare, Warriors Ending Child Abuse, Rape, and Exploitation. Come on, louder, guys. And if we don't support each other, who's going to support us? It's not a hoorah hooray. This is all love for everybody. So we came up with WeCare, and we're looking at this, and I want you guys, my point is sharing this with you guys, I want you guys to stay in touch with me. A lot of you have been reaching out. It's been a lot. But we're excited to start creating chapters. We're excited to start creating divisions, and we're excited to create a movement going forward to where WeCare represents the community here in Phoenix, because there is a large community here in Phoenix. And guys, let me tell you, this is one of the largest playgrounds for them pedophiles, and I'm ready to end it. So I want to bring up to the stage a gal who had this event, Where Are Our Children? They had set this up to march here in Phoenix on the same day. We had connected, we combined, we talked, and we said, let's organize and let's make something beautiful happen, and here we are. So we made things happen in the past week, and guys, that's what it's all about. It's not about an ego here of anybody. This isn't anybody's just win. This is for the kids to win. This is where we put our egos aside. This is where it's not that you won today, it's that the kid that you fought for won today, okay? So it's my pleasure to introduce up here Chris Guglielmo, and she's gonna kick my butt for her last name, but Chris Guglielmo and her crew from Streetlights, and they want to come up here and give you a brief rundown of what they're doing. If you guys would welcome to the stage Chris Guglielmo, Sharon Johnson, Adel Belgaied.
Hey guys, my name is Christina Guglielmo. Thank you all for being here to fight the fight. There's no bigger fight than the one we're fighting right now for our children. Sorry. I may be like some of you. I knew child trafficking existed, but until quarantine, when I had a lot of time to research, I sadly have found out how severe it is. And now I cannot sleep at night. My heart hurts. I want to know where all our 800,000 children that go missing per year just in this country are. A child is sold every 30 seconds. Right now, this very second, a child is being sold. I have 5 amazing children. I want to make this world a better and safer place for them. I am their biggest fan and advocate. I don't want to look at them and tell them why mommy knew this was going on and remained silent. Our silence is their consent. I know a lot of people that remain silent, and I ask myself why. Is it too much for them to handle? Well, we have to think about this as a cancer, or diabetes, or heart disease. What do we do to be proactive? We work out, we eat healthy, we don't smoke, we wear our sunscreen. We need to start being proactive regarding child trafficking. We don't wait for our children to be kidnapped to start getting loud.
Woo!
If we all don't unite to fight, it's only a matter of time before they come for my kids, for your kids, your brothers, or your sister's kids. The media remains silent because they want to keep us divided. This is one thing that can bring us all together. A child doesn't care what race you are or who you're voting for. They just want to be saved.
Yes.
We need to be a voice for the voiceless. We need to start being more observant of our surroundings for our own children as well as others. When we are out, we see a single mom getting her kids in the car. We need to be their eyes when they are too occupied to see. We need to be aware of signs to look for to help children that could be in danger. When you think your voice doesn't matter, look around. All these people here tonight were brought together by a few voices.
Woo!
Can you imagine what we can do if we all get loud together to save our children?
Woo!
Now I want to welcome Sharon from Streetlights and Adel Belgaied.
Kristen. My name is Sharon Johnson. I have the privilege of working with an organization called Streetlight USA. Thank you. Streetlight USA, we work as a residential facility here in Phoenix. We operate nationally. We take girls from all over the United States that have been victims of sex trafficking. We've been around for about 10 years. We started because concerned citizens got wind of a trafficking issue in their neighborhood in the West Valley and said, no, that can't really be true. Did a little research and discovered it was true. And 10 years ago, the climate, while it wasn't as publicized, trafficking was still happening in our neighborhoods. It was happening in suburban neighborhoods. It was happening in urban neighborhoods. It was hitting every demographic. And out of those concerned citizens who walked away from research and said, we can't be silent, they joined forces, and a group of 14 churches came together and formed Streetlight USA, which is an independent 501c3. And I'm proud to say that since 2011, when we took in our first girl under our license, we have had over 1,300 girls come through our program.
Yeah.
We could not do this work if it were not for concerned citizens, people hearing, but most importantly, taking action. Taking action, absolutely. We are proud citizens of Arizona because of the fact that Arizona has done so much. 10 years ago, if a 12-year-old was picked up in a situation with an adult man, she was arrested, she was prosecuted for prostitution, and the gentleman, if he said, I didn't know that she was 18, he was let off, or she was under 18, he was let off on what's called the John Law. That is not the case today. We are prosecuting. We are understanding, communicating, and speaking on behalf of children that consent does not exist for children. Child prostitution is not a thing. Trafficking is what is happening, and anytime that a child is being asked to conduct a sexual activity in exchange for their livelihood, food, shelter, clothing, safety, that is trafficking.
Yes, it is.
So, Streetlight, where the pieces began to get put back together after. So we need warriors like you being vigilant to help us decrease the issue. We need rescuers. We need partnerships with law enforcement, our national. We need partnerships with our legislature so that laws get changed, that punishments are present where they weren't before. We cannot do this alone. And we bring those girls in and we pick up pieces and help them see that there is hope. So our tagline at Streetlight USA is trauma to triumph, hope to healing.
Woo! All right.
So while we may sit in the work that I do with our team at Streetlight on a different side of the activity, we cannot do the work. We cannot see hope. We cannot see healing without partners like you all. So please stay vigilant in paying attention, in speaking up, in speaking out, in being a voice for the vulnerable population. Trafficking is real. The reality of trafficking and the devastation of trauma to these children is real, but hope is real too. And that's our message. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about Streetlight. I'm going to be kind of right down here for a little while with some more information. But again, thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. We really appreciate the work you're doing here.
Woo!
Hi, my name is Adel Belgaied, and I'm here. I joined these wonderful ladies because there was just so many different stories going around, and especially during quarantine. It came across my attention when it's a sore topic for everybody to hear about, and it's about those babies in the cages. It's about babies everywhere. And the thing is people forget they're babies. Whether their parents try to bring them over, they didn't try to bring them over, they're going missing. And then one mom, I had heard her story, and she was like, they got us. What happened was, I never heard about my baby again. I've asked and I've asked and I've asked, and they can't find where my baby is at. They don't know where they placed my baby. Imagine if that was your child. Not knowing where your child is at and what is being done to your child. That is why I am here right now making a voice. Not just for the kids here, but for the kids everywhere. And we need to stick together and make sure that they come home safe.
As well, and we are super, super excited for everyone, all the love, all the support. We were blessed, as Adele said, right? God does amazing things. God does amazing things. A few weeks ago, it was put on my heart as this is a topic this is something I've been talking about since my mid-20s with groups of friends, the things that go on. And a couple weeks ago, I got to the point where I was like, all right, God, how can I be of maximum service to you and to others? Like, I'm tired of talking about it, I'm ready to be about it. Like, who else is ready to be about it? I wanted to come up here and just thank everyone. I'm grateful for Adele, for WeCare, for everything God has brought. People God has just dropped, like Adele said, in my life over and over. And it's beautiful and incredible. And the fact that we can all, as warriors of the light, come together for our kids and raise up. There are so many people who have put so many hours of work into this, and I just wanted to thank people, everyone who's just taken the time out of their day, to Phoenix Rising Church and the Thornberry family who have provided us free water. So if anyone didn't know that it is free, please go there, hydrate yourselves. Phoenix summers, it's important. But just thank you all again so much for being here, and let's just, as Adele said, keep on coming, keep on coming. One thing we had talked about with Where's Our Children, we don't want this to be a once-a-year thing where people get fired up, talk about child sex trafficking, and then have the fire die off. This isn't something that can die off. This is something that is huge. This is something that is massive, that goes beyond Republican, Democrat, party lines, spiritual lines. Just coming together as one. So please, next time, share the events, invite your friends, invite your family, just spread the message, let everyone know, because this is a huge issue that people don't want to talk about because it's dark, but the only way to stomp out that darkness is for everyone here to bring in the light.
Woo!
One more thing. Oh, and I'd like to thank all the media that's here, which I don't see any of it.
All right, we'll get into that quickly here. Everything good, JD? Okay, thank you. Thank you guys for coming up here. Once again, thank you for organizing everything, getting the permit set up and everything like that. You guys have been working diligently, so everybody you guys just saw up there, one more round of applause for them. Thank you for everything you guys have done. So, fake news. Let's get started. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where's that? Somebody gave me this earlier. It's the only mask I will wear. It says no fake news. But, I will say this. Look, we had an interesting situation happen last time where, and we'll say this loud and proud. Actually, you know what? I want you guys to do me a favor, because we're going to get very interesting here. We're going to get some very world-renowned speakers coming up. People that have taken time out of their day. Honestly, they get paid a lot of money to speak in different places, and they've chosen to be here with us, which is very powerful. I need you all to get your phones out. I mean, everybody get your phones out. I know, I'm pushing you here. I want everybody to go live on your Facebook or Instagram, because we're going to be the news. By the time we walk out of here, we're going to have drained batteries, so we'll all be on the same page. We'll walk everybody to their cars. We have enough studs in the arena. So, I will give, here's what happened. When we left the last rally, we had, I'll even say for what it is, CBS News, AZ Family out here said we had 200 people at the last event. Drone footage told us we had 2,300.
That's right. That's
Weird.
right.
Weird.
Woo!
Look, at the end of the day, we're not fighting. We're not going to fight anybody. We're not here to fight. We're here to fight for the kids, okay? I'm not looking to fight against anybody. So now that's where we got to understand our job and be the warriors we need to be, because you are the news. Understand that. And I'm looking around the crowd, guys, and I see mothers, and I see fathers, and I see brothers and sisters. Let me ask you this. How many of you have been affected or know somebody that's been affected by either being raped as a child, sexually trafficked, abused, exploited, murdered? How many of you guys know that? Wow, so I see maybe that's 85% of the event here. Guess what? All 100% of you, if you actually got to know the people that you know, all 100% of you will be raising your hand. That's how powerful this is. That's how many people this is affecting. And I know I told you guys last March, it was 2 days before we started the last event, my nephew was exploited, and I got naked pictures sent to me and saying, hey, send us some money or we're going to upload this to YouTube. And I said, excuse me, you understand that's child pornography. Like, you cannot do that. He's 15 years old. And they said, good luck, I'm with an organization. And that's all the guy said. He said, send the money. I'll tell you, I'd love for that Bubba to come meet me up. He's welcome to come meet me. And I told him, I said, hey, you're welcome, pick a place and time. He didn't want to pick a place and time. But that's not what it's about. What we're here to do is expose and bring people to light. So guys, it's my honor to bring up one of the most world-renowned people when it comes to special ops, when it comes to somebody that served our country. Travis was a forced recon Marine with multiple combat tours from Bosnia, Iraq, Africa, and Afghanistan. He's best known for his actions as a Blackwater private military contractor during combat operations in Al Najaf, Iraq, where as a sniper, he and his team held off hundreds of enemy insurgents in a 2-day firefight. What a stud. Guys, like, the people I'm introducing up today, I'm just like, it's like, it kills me. I'm like, what did I do? Since he departed from the military and contracting world, Travis has worked as a law enforcement officer and achieved numerous accolades in the private sector, and has become one of the most America's top weapons, tactics, and mine architect trainers and product developers for the military, law enforcement, and responsible citizens. He now serves as CEO of Haley Strategic Partners right here in Scottsdale, and he also serves as my partner in WeCare. Please welcome Travis Haley to the stage.
We're trying to get West on the ballot and take votes away from Biden. For example, by default, I hate to be prejudiced, but by default being black, I'm told to vote liberal. But when I got this big rap superstar to go follow, I'm going to vote independent. So it's taking votes away from Biden. Trying to get West on the ballot. Everyone's signing with a couple of signatures to get them on the ballot.
Well, I'm Republican, so.
Oh yeah, let's get them on the ballot.
What's awesome about this is seeing all the faces,
It's taking votes away from Biden.
But how?
So by default,
and had the
I'm
same
told to vote
conclusion about
liberal.
the same cause.
All right, I'm just saying.
And I was you.
So, but when I have this rap superstar
Right?
to
When I
follow
was
who's
here with the
independent,
last
I'm
time, I
going to
didn't
vote
know
for him
him.
instead.
Never met him before.
If there is going to be a
And
black
I came up and
Republican,
I felt
Oh,
the
I see what
energy,
you're
I
saying.
felt
Okay,
the
okay.
desire
Hopefully
to
he's
do
less.
something about it, which I've been
he
exposed
won't
to
fight
the human
debate. He
trafficking
knows
world
better.
numerous
He
times.
knows there is more loyal.
But unfortunately,
Compared
it
to
was
guy who's
collateral
liberal
damage
for
to
no
me.
reason whatsoever.
Right? It's not my mission at that point in time, and now I look back
Everyone's
and
signing,
the ground
which
was
is
worth
great.
it. And
I'm
and it
hesitant.
is.
I get
It is
paid-
now.
I get paid
And I
for
realize that
taking
my life is
care of
designed
hand sanitizer.
and created
Oh,
a
no,
very
I'm not
special
worried
set
about
of skills
germs.
within my life.
I don't want to promote him either. I'm very much a Trump supporter.
Would you help me out though? Get some money over?
So again, thank you for everybody for coming. This is not easy for us to do in today's
No,
climate,
because
right?
I'm so
It's-
pro-Trump.
especially in the whole.
I just want to stick with the
And
whole
what I
Trump.
mean by the whole is
So you don't, have you
The whole-
never heard
the
about the
world.
strategy so far?
the 8 billion.
Yes,
right?
but I don't even want to take a chance.
So that's the whole.
Telling you this, I should be just
Right.
We
telling you
love the
about
whole,
Right.
right?
Great.
Because we
How great
find
this
family,
family
we find love,
Right.
peace,
I'm going
unity,
about-
tribe, team,
So please, you have me on
the balance of opposites every day.
I am
that
on
we
live
walk
right
that line, the smiles and cries of life. You've got
You're awesome.
everything associated with happiness, love,
But,
peace,
yeah,
winning,
good luck to you.
success.
Yeah, thank you.
And I could go on for thousands of words, right? And everything on the other side of that, the cry side is pain, agony, failure, misery, defeat, and even death.
Take votes away from
Because
Biden.
somebody once told me on my team when we were in a pretty bad situation, he said,
Love this family.
when everybody was stressing out, hey, Travis, nobody gets off this spaceship alive. And so, and I want to remind you of that. You want to live every day to your fullest. You want to realize that you can go just like that. Your children can go just like that. I've seen it firsthand. And so I
Yes.
want to talk about something here, though, that is the warrior concept, right? So we are warriors. And a lot of people would typically look at a warrior and say, well, you got to have a bunch of gear on and go overseas and put foot down for your country, or be like these law enforcement officers here that are protecting us and serving our communities today. That's not true. You know, like Adel said, you guys are warriors right now if you're holding your phones up. You're warriors right now just for being here. Okay, you're warriors right now. I mean, again, I want to see the raised hands because I didn't see it, but how many people have been affected by this subject in some way, shape, or form? Every one of you are warriors, right? Because you're not a victim of life. You're a beneficiary to it. So what do you do with that now? I know what I'm doing with it. I know what these gentlemen and ladies are doing here. And I want to talk about some of the climate that we've experienced recently. And I've seen, it's very frustrating, the conformed warrior. Now, if you know me, I would never put those two words in the same sentence, conforming and warrior, okay? We were working with some local officials here recently, law enforcement officials, not in this city, but other cities, and we were trying to get things going. And I said, hey, here's this current situation, what's going on in the world, and we all agreed. And he said, well, you know what, Travis, just sometimes we have to conform to it, and this is our new normal. Last time I checked, breathing my own bile through a mask, even if it's cool or not, right, is not our new normal. My kids are sitting home on the internet all day, and they don't even get to see their teachers. They don't get to see their friends. They're scared because of people out there, organizations out there, that are exacerbating your fears and uncertainty, and then handing you a silver platter with an enemy on it and saying, they did this to us, go fight, right? And that's a lot of it creates ignorance. And so, because we don't know, we have lack of knowledge. And in my teachings, I always teach about knowledge is the number one aspect to your intellect, right? It makes you make better decisions in your life. So with that, this warrior concept comes up, and he says, well, one of the things I was put on this planet to do was create a warrior ethos. And I'm like, interesting, okay, I'm all about it. Here, let me know all about it. He said, well, we want our officers to go out and have this tribal feeling, this sense of security, this team, this camaraderie, know that they're supported as warriors. Well, he goes, I was saddened though because my local politicians and concerned people in the community said that the word warrior was politically incorrect, it was intimidating, and that would put off the improper psychological mindset because it was a military institutionalized word. And I said, so what did you do? He said, we changed it to the word guardians. And I was like, so okay, here's an example. If I gave you $100 right now and you gave me $100, what did we just do? We just traded money, right? We didn't win. So we were just trading words, because guess what a guardian is? It's also a warrior, okay? But it's a little bit better word. So with that, I said, well, why didn't you just simply educate the community and your politicians? So coming back full circle on this, I'm going to ask you exactly what I asked them. What do you think is the number one attribute or key ingredient to a warrior? What's the number one thing you have to have before anything else? Anybody? Yell it out.
Commitment.
No fear.
Okay, awesome. That is some great answers. Empathy, courage, heart, right? So what's another word for heart? Compassion. You have to have compassion. That's something I didn't realize until the later years of my operational life in the military. Is that when I say that to people, they look back at me with this deer in the headlights look. And they're like, well, what does compassion have to do with being a warrior? And I say, it has everything to do with being a warrior, because the more you care about something, the harder you fight for it. Just like our freedom, our constitutional rights, our children. Okay. I think in closing on that subject, when you become a part of the whole, you have to remember not to forget to be your true, unique, fundamental self. Because when you do that, you can get bamboozled. You guys ever heard that terminology before, bamboozled? Now, whether you love him or hate him, Carl Sagan said back in the 90s, he said, the greatest lesson we can learn from history is that when you have been bamboozled long enough, you will reject any evidence against the bamboozle. What do you think is happening right now? Why do you think there's no news crews here? Right? Why do you think you're the news now? So let's not be bamboozled anymore. And so with that, objective truth is what I look at. I don't put my personal truths, my political truths, my religious truths, or anything inside of making a decision about knowledge. I want to be the most educated person I can, so that's why we look into every source of information you possibly can. So please keep doing that, because you will see the benefits from it. I want to give you an example, though, about this warrior concept, because I want you to realize that compassion is the key word. Because if I go into a military special operations unit right now and ask them, and I train these guys all the time, and I'll say, what's the number one ingredient to a warrior? They'll be like, oh, tactics, mindset, blah, 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 and they spew from the mouth. And I'm like, guys, why is it so hard to say the word compassion? Why is it so hard to be vulnerable in today's world? The compassion for yourself, the compassion for others, and then the courage to be imperfect. Every one of you that raised your hand is vulnerable, which means you're also a warrior because you're compassionate. So thank you for being that. I want to give you an example, like one of the ladies gave earlier. What if somebody took your child? What if somebody came to your house tonight and tried to hurt you or hurt somebody else? What would you do to that person?
Kill him.
Okay. Wow. I thought I was bad. Good question. What else would we do, right? Because when seconds count, cops are only minutes away. And every good cop and law enforcement officer out here will tell you that. You are your guardian for your home, for yourself, for your children. So with that, if somebody tried to take your child or hurt you, and you did unspeakable things to them, which I probably would do, and again, I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to hurt anybody, right? But if you touch the most precious thing in the world to me, bad things will probably happen. So what I want you to understand about that is not the bad deed. It's why did I do it? Did I do it because of that person's evil motive or intent? Or did I do it because I care about something so much more precious? That's what I want you to understand about that, okay? This is something I didn't realize in my career. I thought that it was all charge ahead, warrior, 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 and I didn't realize that my heart was my biggest weapon system that I ever had. And then connecting that with this, you're able to do amazing things. So don't conform, is my point. Don't conform to the BS. Don't conform to the bamboozle. Continue to educate yourselves. And I've seen a lot of wonderful things in my life, and I've seen a lot of bad things in my life. And I used to live by Thomas Paine's quote, and I think it was, if there's going to be trouble, let it be now in my time, so that in the future my children will be safe. And I'm 17 years old. I'm joining the Marine Corps. That's where I went. I had an awesome opportunity to have a full football scholarship to the University of Florida, and then I said, no, I want to serve my country. I want to put a foot to ass for my country. And I did. And I lived by that quote. I lived by that quote. And then I started to wonder, I come from 8 generations that I know of gunfighters, of warriors, all the way back to the American Revolutionary War. As a matter of fact, my 8th generation grandfather served as a private under his son, 7th grandfather, because he had to come out of retirement to fight in 1776 in the American Revolutionary War. He said, Dad, you gotta get up, gotta fight, and he did. And then every major conflict to today, we've been in the Haley family. And my brother's a colonel in the Marine Corps right now. And what scares the hell out of me, but I've got a 13 and a 15-year-old and other kids that I've brought up with my lovely Queen Bertoni. And we have 7 kids now. So I'm invested in this, obviously. And I'm looking at my kids and saying, well, do I want them to see what I've seen? And I look at them, I go, you know what to do, right? But, no, I was bad. But seriously, it's about that quote. I wonder, in the point of the 8 generations of warrior, did my father say the same thing that Thomas Paine said? Did his father say that? Did my 8th generation grandfather say that, hey, if there's going to be trouble, let it be now in my time so that in the future my children will be safe? I think we've realized that we'll never be safe. It's a beautiful, wonderful world. The problem is the bad is simply louder. Would you agree with that or not?
Yeah.
So let's Let's make it loud. Let's make it good times, right? And let's be strong, because we know strong men and women create good times. But we also know that good times create weak men and women. And then we also know that weak people creating those bad times, right? That's how it perpetuates. And then guess where we are right now? I think we're at the point on that line where we're about to step into that next cycle to bring strong people back and create good times again. I don't know if you want me to be the president, Hoss. So guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Again, that if everybody on this planet for one day, just one day, woke up and was impeccable with their words and their actions, their voice, they didn't take things personal, they stopped making assumptions about themselves or other groups or other people or other subjects like this constantly happening in today's world, and if they simply just woke up and when they planted their feet on the ground, they took a step up the ladder of excellence. Those 4 things. Imagine that. Imagine that fantasy world. If everybody did those 4 things in one day, what would the world be like? You're doing it right now, and I appreciate you. I really do.